ready for the interview segment. And at this point, I'd just like the audience to be as attentive as possible. Please be very quiet during this portion because we'd like the judges as well as yourselves to hear the contestants when they give their answers, and we'd also like them to hear the questions that they will be asked this evening. We shall begin with contestant number 1. Help me welcome to the stage Miss Dominica Leslasa Amor Shillingford.
Interview segment has now, the competition has now resumed and the interview segment has begun. Miss Dominica, contestant number 1, is now on the floor and she's about to
Dominica, how are you doing?
choose a
I'm
question.
great. How are you?
I am just wonderful. A little tired, but you know how we do it. All right, are you enjoying your stay in Nevis so far?
I am. I mean, it's very short, but what I've seen so far, it's lovely.
Beautiful. And you'll be coming back to Nevis?
Of course, hopefully for the 40th Culturama.
Beautiful. Very nice. All right, Miss Dominica, go ahead and pick a number from the bowl. Judge number 7, and the judges will repeat the questions for the contestants. So your question will come from judge number 7.
Hi, Miss Dominica.
Hello.
You're looking lovely tonight.
Thank you so very much.
My question for you is this. What is the biggest problem facing Caribbean women, and how would you solve it? I repeat, what is, in your opinion, the biggest problem facing Caribbean women, and how would you solve it?
The biggest problem I believe facing Caribbean women is knowing their self-worth, being confident in who they are. And I believe all society problems can be fixed through education, through a holistic education that starts from preschool and teaches children not only the academics and the vocational subjects, but also morals and other wide ranges of subject matters that will allow students to truly know who they are and have this feeling of I'm so beautiful, I'm so amazing, and I'm worth more. I'm worth to be ambitious, I'm worth to have somebody who loves me, I'm worth to be amazing.
All right, Nevis, put your hands together once again for Miss Dominica, Miss Leslasa Amor Shillingford. All right, we get ready for contestant number 2, Miss Guyana Alicia Bess.
Alicia Bess from
Good evening, Miss Guyana. How are you feeling?
Good evening. I'm great, thank you.
Wonderful. And how has the pageant experience been for you so far?
It has been an exceptional one. I've learned a lot, and I'm learning a lot as I'm going along the way, and I'm just having fun.
Absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and pick a number from the bowl. And your question will come from judge number 6.
Good evening, Alicia.
Good evening.
This person has been in the news recently, leading up to his 95th birthday. Your question: give 2 lessons you think Caribbean politicians can learn from iconic South African post-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Repeat. Give 2 lessons you think Caribbean politicians can learn from iconic South African post-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela.
2 lessons I think Caribbean politicians can learn from Nelson Mandela is, first of all, working together to bring about peace. So Nelson worked and he was in prison for a while, fighting for the right for freedom and for peace. And I believe that the political persons need to work more for the persons of the country instead of themselves and the government in particular. And the second reason would be the conception of just giving positive motivation. What we see today is our political leaders are not going out to the people and touching the people and giving them that positive motivation, especially the youths who are the future of tomorrow and need that extra encouragement. So from Nelson Mandela, I would like to say everyone should look up to him, not just a political person, but just for that inner hope and that inner peace. Thank you.
All right, Nevis, put your hands together for contestant number 2, Miss Guyana, Alicia Bess. Please help me welcome on stage contestant number 3, Miss St. Croix, Jada Burke. Good evening, Ajada. How are you feeling?
Good evening, I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Have to say, very beautiful talent. How does it feel to be up in the, aerial ballet?
At first, when I first learned, I was very scared, but now it's just, I get excited to do it.
Absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and pick a number from the bowl. And your question is from judge number 1.
Good evening, Miss USVI, and how are you?
Good evening, I'm fine. And yourself?
Fine, thank you. If you had the opportunity to meet one influential person in the Caribbean, who would it be and why would you choose this person? If you had the opportunity to meet one influential person in the Caribbean, and why would you choose this person?
If I had the opportunity to meet one influential person from the Caribbean, it would be Tim Duncan. I am the founder of the Alan D. Burke Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization to help young men further away from the streets. And Tim Duncan is an NBA basketball player for the San Antonio Spurs. And I would ask him to help me with my foundation to help get young men off the streets. Because my brother passed away in 2007 and he was on full scholarship to go to play basketball for Florida University. So I would ask Tim Duncan to come and help me for my foundation and assist me with getting ways and avenues to get young men off of the streets and help them with the homicides and killings and murders that are going on in the community. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Put your hands together for contestant number 3, Miss St. Croix, Jada Burke. We now call to the stage contestant number 4, Miss St. Lucia, Philomena D. Good evening, Philomena. How are you feeling right now?
Excited.
Awesome. And how has the committee been treating you ladies so far?
Honestly, amazing. Far beyond what I expected, I must say.
Definitely. Wonderful. All right, so go ahead and pick a number from the bowl. And your question will come from judge number 4.
Good evening, Philomena. You're looking
Good
lovely.
Thank you very much.
Your question. There is a school of thought which suggests that persons who are considered to be beautiful are given an easier path than others. If you were given the choice to be beautiful or intelligent, which would you choose and why? And I repeat,
Yes, thank you.
there's a school of thought which suggests that persons who are considered beautiful are given an easier path than others. If you were given the choice to choose to be intelligent or beautiful, which would you choose and why?
Good evening. First of all, to me, beauty is more than physical features. So beauty to me is a complete package of intellect, the way you carry yourself, and of course the physical aspect of it. But So I think I would choose to be beautiful because in that aspect, it's more complex. I can be beautiful in the mind, I can be beautiful in the body, I can be beautiful in the soul. So I do believe that beauty is important because it is in the eyes of the beholder. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, round of applause for Miss Saint Lucia Philomena D. Please help me welcome to the stage contestant number 5, Miss Montserrat Khadijah Furlong. All right, good evening, Khadijah, and how are you feeling?
Good evening. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous.
Wonderful. What has it been like working with Randy Jeff as the founder of this pageant?
He's really good. He makes me want to come back to Nevis.
Absolutely wonderful. So Nevis, you see your tourism is increasing right there from this pageant. Okay, go ahead and choose a number from the bowl. Your question is from judge number 3.
Good evening, Miss Montserrat.
Good evening.
My question for you is, who is your Caribbean role model and why? I repeat, who is your Caribbean role model and why?
My Caribbean role model would have to be Shelly Ann Fraser, the Jamaican 200 meters runner. My reason for that is that because she's an inspirational woman, I also do athletics and she keeps striving for the best. No matter what happens, she keeps going. After marriage, she still takes part, which shows that nothing holds her back and she is able to do whatever and whenever. That is why she is my inspirational Caribbean person. I thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Nevis, give it up for contestant number 5, Miss Montserrat Khadijah Furlong. Please help me welcome to the stage contestant number 6, Miss St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Carla Geliso. Good evening, Miss St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and how are you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm great.
Wonderful. Are you enjoying your stay in Nevis?
Of course. It's my first time and it's very beautiful and the people are very warm and friendly.
Wonderful. Will it be your last time to Nevis?
Definitely not.
Absolutely great. Choose a number from the bowl, please. Your question is from judge number 5.
Good evening, Miss St. Vincent.
Good evening.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm great.
I'm good. My question for you is, what do you think is more important, life experiences or a formal education, and why? I'll repeat it. What do you think is more important, life experiences or a formal education?
I do believe that life experiences is more important than having a formal education. Many people travel and go around the world to the best universities, yet they lack some of the most common courtesies and some of the most moral standards. And I find that life experiences teaches you to be more persistent, more hardworking, and determined. So definitely, life experiences are more important than a formal education.
All right, Nevis, give it up for Miss St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Carla Geliso. Now help me welcome to the stage contestant number 7, Miss Taitu Goodwin, Miss Anguilla. Good evening, Miss Anguilla. How has your experience been so far?
It has been a really good experience so far.
Wonderful. You enjoy working with the committee?
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. Go ahead and choose your number from the board. And your question is from judge number 2.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You have a very simple question. Do you think women make better prime ministers or premiers than men? And why?
I believe that women do make better prime ministers than men. This is because women are more hardworking, they're more able to multitask, and they are more resilient and consistent in what they do. Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for contestants number 7, Miss Anguilla, Taitu Goodwin. All right, please help me welcome to the stage contestant number 8, Miss Curacao, Junalise Henson. Good evening, Miss Curacao. How are you feeling this evening?
Good evening. I'm feeling very well.
Wonderful. What was it like meeting the contestants for Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant?
Sorry.
What was it like meeting the contestants for the Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant?
It was very fun. We have very fun together, and I hope we meet other again.
Wonderful. Go ahead and pick your question from the board. Your question comes from judge number 6.
Ms. Curacao, how do you think that pageants like the Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant can aid the integration process in the region? How do you think that pageants like the Miss Caribbean Culture Queen pageant can aid the integration process in the region?
¿Cómo tú piensas que los pageant que tú estás participando esta noche puede ayudar que las islas del Caribe se unan mejor?
Que se unan mejor, creo que tenemos que unir más, hablar mucho más de nuestra cultura y también vender nuestra cultura con Nevis como hoy, y así podemos vender y ir unas pageants mucho mejor.
She thinks that if for the Caribbean island to unite, we need to know better culture, each other culture. This way we can share more and participate more in the Caribbean islands and what is going on.
All right, Nevis, let's hear it once again for contestant number 8, Miss Curacao, Junalise Henson. We'd also like to thank the interpreter. Let's now put our hands together for contestant number 9, Miss St. Kitts Zinga Imo. Good evening, Miss St. Kitts. That is a beautiful evening gown.
Thank you very much. And a pleasant good evening to my beautiful Nevision audience.
Beautiful. One question to you. If you had to describe Mr. Randy Jeffers in one word, what word would that be?
Fantastic.
Wonderful. Go ahead and choose your number from the board. Your question comes from judge number 4.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Your question. In your opinion, what do you think is the biggest challenge to young people today? I repeat, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest challenge to young people today?
pitching question. I must say that the challenges that face youth today, the most significant one has to be peer pressure. Many persons who they may hang out with may encourage them to take part in activities such as drug, crime, and violence, which they might not want to do, but are pressured to. So I must say that peer pressure is this one. Thank you very much.
All right, Nevis, put your hands together for contestant number 9, Miss Sinkit's Zinga Imo. We now call to the stage contestant number 10, Miss Dominican Republic, Rosa Martinez.
Coge un número del envase. El juez número 5. Judge number 5.
Good evening, Miss Santo Domingo, Miss Dominican Republic.
Buenas noches, señora Dominican Republic.
Good evening.
Good. My question for you is, if there is one thing that you could change about yourself, what will it be and why? I'll repeat. If there is one thing that you can change about yourself, what would it be and why?
Si hay algo que tú podrías cambiar de tu persona, ¿qué sería y por qué?
Pienso que sería ser menos perfeccionista.
She said she would try to be less perfect.
Porque pienso, todo quiero que sea perfecto y yo sé que la perfección solamente la tiene Dios.
She said everybody wants to be perfect, but she thinks that the only person who is perfect is God.
Thank you.
All right, Nevis, let's hear it for contestant number 10, Miss Dominican Republic, Rosa Martinez. And we'd also like to thank the interpreter this evening. We now call to the stage the final contestant for the interview segment. Nevis, your very own, Denicia Smithen, Miss Nevis. Good evening, Miss Nevis.
Good evening, how are you?
I am doing great. What about you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Wonderful. Denicia, how did it feel to give up your crown last night?
Depressing.
Aww. Hopefully you'll get a new crown this evening.
I hope so too.
All right, let's go ahead and choose a number from the bowl. And your question comes from judge number 3.
Good evening, Miss Nevis.
Good evening.
My question is, state 2 sentences that best describe your island. State two sentences that best describe your island.
My island is beautiful, serene, and lovely. My island is filled with palm trees, white sandy beaches, and flora and fauna that will leave you wanting more. I thank you.
Thank you.
All right, give it up for contestant number 11, Miss Nevis, Denicia Smithen. And right now, I'd like you to give a round of applause to each and every contestant this evening. They all did an amazing job, truly Caribbean gems.